ridiculous police dogs kept me up all night.
None of us got much sleep.
Can you believe how easily that Spencer guy got away?
Actually, Lydia, I'm quite busy.
You know, the police are going to figure out what you did, if they haven't already.
I didn't do anything.
You tried to kill Emily Quartermain.
I did no such thing.
I don't believe this. You know, I show up here to marry Nikolas, and his fiancée, somebody tries to kill her, and you don't think the police are going to notice?
If you keep talking that way, you'll only be casting suspicion on yourself.
I never asked you to kill anybody.
I didn't.
Don't you even care? I mean, aren't you even nervous?
The cliffs can be treacherous at night. Summer met with a terrible accident. The Cassadine family sends out our sincere condolences.
And what about Alexis? She basically figured the whole thing out. What makes you think she won't go to the police?
She won't take a stand against the family.
Well, that wasn't her attitude last night.
All the police are looking for is a viable suspect. And I intend to give them one.
As long as it isn't me.
Hey! Why are you the only person I've seen today who isn't melting into the pavement?
Cassadines are cold-blooded. Haven't you figured that out yet?
Hey, are you thirsty? I can ask Cook to make us some iced tea.
No. No, thanks. What?
You're afraid I'm gonna barf it up, aren't you?
Thought crossed my mind, yes.
Nope. You know, I'm having a good day so far.
Yeah?
Yep. And I'm ready to do something I should have done a long time ago.
Tell Zander the truth?
Nope. Leave town.
Luke Spencer is the prime suspect in this murder.
Yeah, well, he disappeared last night.
Good. So the police will chase after him and leave us alone, allowing you to focus on the task at hand.
You mean marrying Nikolas?
Mm-hmm. And don't forget you have until the end of the year or the Cassadine finances will collapse, and you'll be penniless.
You're not a very cheerful man, are you?
Removing Emily is obviously out of the question now.
No, it always was for me. But I have another idea.
Never mind. I'll come up with a plan.
No, your plans make me a little too nervous. This may seem drastic, but it will work.
Now, why would you want to leave town?
Partly because I'll start looking like the Walking Dead very soon.
That's no problem for the Cassadine.
But also because Summer would still be alive, if not for me. Lucky wouldn't be grieving, and you wouldn't be engaged to someone you don't love.
I could do worse. I have done worse. Anyway, you're the only part of my life that makes sense.
You keep saying that.
It's true.
Oh, how'd this lie get so out of hand?
Will going away make it any better?
Maybe things will calm down.
Emily. Zander would follow you. Monica and Alan would fall apart. Monica would tell Zander the truth.
You want me to stay?
Of course I do. But that's not the point. You still haven't said why leaving would help you.
I want to make it easier on people.
Oh. Look, all any of us have ever wanted is for you to do what's best for yourself.
I'm not so frightened anymore, thanks to you. But you'll probably dump me when I go bald.
That was the plan, yes.
Yeah. I suspected.
But why not stay here for a while, you know? And when you start getting, like, really ugly, I'll just ship you off to a Greek island somewhere. Why are you laughing? I'm not kidding. I don't kid.
I couldn't do this without you, you know that?
Look, if you want to leave, I'll help you any way I can.
I appreciate that.
But why not give yourself a chance and just live for a while?
Emily broke your heart.
Pretty much.
I remember how it felt when I realized Nikolas and I weren't going to make it. All the memories, all the time, all the little things we shared that suddenly didn't matter anymore. They weren't points of connection. They were meaningless trivia.
Pixie sticks.
What?
Okay, pixie sticks. It's Emily's favorite candy. Wonder if I'll ever be able to forget that.
Do you want to?
More than anything.
I don't want to benefit from Emily's misfortune.
Hey, Gia. Emily's happy. She moved on with her life. I gotta adapt to that.
Yeah, by running until you give yourself a heat stroke?
No. Well, look at what's been in front of me for months. Gia, you've been great to me. Why?
Maybe because I like you. More than I ever realized.
You will do as I say.
That is never going to happen.
Why do you think I brought you here?
You are as crazy as the rest of the Cassadine.
You have no choice in the matter.
Oh, don't count on that.
Everything has been decided for you.
You can go to hell!
So here we are. Yep. Stranded.
Hello.
Half dressed.
By the fire.
Getting warmer.
Little.
Enough.
Not quite.
How about this?
Okay, now we're getting there.
You helped Luke get away, didn't you?
So what are you planning to do? Turn me in? No, I never should have listened to you.
We were trying to help your father.
You know what I agreed to? Is for you to put him in a mental institution. Now there's an APB out on him, and Scotty Baldwin's trying to frame him for murder.
Lucky it's not your fault.
You know what? My dad wouldn't have been here if it were not for me.
Now he'd be with Laura, and that would be the worst thing for both of them.
Well, all I did was listen to you and the Cassadines. You know why? I didn't even listen to my own father, and now he's convinced that I'm the enemy.
Do you think he killed Summer?
No. Do you?
6 months ago, I'd have said no way, but your father's a driven man. He's capable of doing almost anything in the name of rescuing Laura.
Can you blame him? Cassadines put my mother through hell. I mean, why wouldn't my dad want to try and stop it from happening again?
You don't think Nikolas is a threat to your mother?
No, but his family is. Nikolas. He's in trouble with Stefan. Stefan, he's a liar, and he will use anyone just to gain access to my mother.
Does Stefan know where Laura is?
Nikolas says he doesn't.
What about Luke? Did you tell him where you...
No, I didn't tell him. But maybe I should have. You know what this is all about? It's about who killed Summer. I'm gonna find out who did. And when I do, they are gonna pay.
Physically violent?
that's not like you. Are you purposely trying to make me send you away?
Nikolas, the family is falling apart. I'm only trying to make things right.
By hitting a woman?
I know my behavior is unforgivable. But it wasn't without reason.
Go for a walk in the garden. Take a ride, whatever. We'll discuss the situation later.
I'm very sorry.
Thank you.
You all right?
Yeah,
What were you arguing about?
I can't tell you.
I understand. Some things are too painful to discuss.
Look, if you knew what was really going on here.
Must be important for my uncle to react that way. He's never hit a woman before, even under the most extreme circumstances.
Look, you don't understand what I've done or why Stefan and I were arguing. I've been lying to you all along.
You know where we stand now?
Maybe.
I promise I won't pull the friendship thing again, I swear.
You better not.
Listen, I'm gonna put in a couple more miles. I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, either that or we could forget about exercise altogether and go get a cappuccino and some chocolate cake.
How about a beer and pool later at Jake's?
No, it sounds good. It sounds good. So do us a favor and don't die of a heat stroke before then, okay?
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So, things are going well?
You saw all that?
Yeah, the important parts.
And you're okay with this?
Yeah, I knew this wouldn't be easy.
He's letting go, Emily. You're getting what you said you want.
I know. And I should be happy for both of you. The only catch is, I'm still in love with Zander.
You have no business on this property.
Call security.
Well, that's always an option.
Do whatever you want, Vlad. You know, I kind of like that. Count Vlad.
You helped your father get away, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it won't matter. Luke will be shot on sight if he gets anywhere near Laura.
I kind of doubt that. Since he doesn't know where my mother is any more than you do.
Think what you like.
You know, I used to believe there could be some kind of peace between the Spencers and the Castines. And one day the brothers would rule. I truly believed that you and my father were just wasting your lives.
Perhaps we have.
You only came back to Port Charles to kill my father, didn't you? Because you blame him for what happened to my mother.
He is responsible.
You know, my dad used to tell me about this fight, but I never listened.
You're lucky. My fight was never with you.
You could have stayed wherever the hell you wanted. But instead, you came back here. Now my dad is a fugitive and Summer's dead. You know what? I'm starting to realize how all this works. But you don't forget. This war is not over just because my dad got away. You're gonna have to stop dealing with me now.
Your uncle wants us to make a brilliant marriage.
He wants your family's money to save the Cassadine finances, Lydia.
Yeah, and he'll do almost anything. You know, he came to visit my grandfather several months ago, and he tried to order him to get me to marry you. Grandfather refused, of course. He wasn't even going to mention it to me. But then the mishap started happening, and there was this mysterious fire, and a riding accident.
You think my uncle was responsible?
All I know is that Stefan asked grandfather to reconsider, and so he asked me if I would marry you. I told him I would think about it. Stefan showed up a few days later. He told me that I didn't have a choice, and it was always about the money for a woman like me. It didn't matter how I looked, or what I did, or what I wanted to do with my life. It was always the money. And it always would be.
I wanted things to work out for you and Zander. I didn't expect it to hurt this much.
Are you really gonna marry Nikolas?
I don't know. Stefan hates me.
Oh, please. Stefan treated me like the cleaning lady.
Yeah, the Castines are pretty strange.
They scare the hell out of me.
You're happy with Zander, aren't you?
I think I could be.
You'll value him, you'll try not to hurt him?
You sound like you're giving away a dog.
Sorry, I didn't mean it to sound like that.
Zander's not yours to give away.
Maybe this whole thing was a terrible idea.
Do you want me to bail on him?
No, I want Zander to be happy. I think that can happen with you, and it's great. It's perfect.
Except that everything between me and Zander is based on a lie.
I came back to help Nikolas with the finances. It had nothing to do with your father. Although he's doing a perfectly good job of destroying himself.
You killed someone, didn't you?
I had nothing to do with that poor woman's death.
Oh, you think if I threw you off this cliff right now, you would live? Or you think it would take a while?
Let's find out.
Hot. Ah, lucky, there you are. Listen, I got the forensics report back. Footprints around the bluff. Your father was the last one to see Summer alive.
How'd that work?
Now, you see, look here. See, there's the boot cast. There's the other one. The boots come back from the bluff. The other ones don't. So, your father did it.
Anybody could have been wearing those boots.
Anybody wasn't. Your father was.
Is this why you killed Summer? So you could frame my father?
Well, now there's an interesting theory.
I mean, you know how difficult this life is. You can't separate the love from the money. I've never had one without the other.
Hey. You work something out.
I don't know what to do. I mean, I can't go through with the plan to marry you. It's absurd. But I can't go back either.
Lydia. You're a beautiful woman. A man will come along who can see past all the money and see you for who you really are.
I'm keeping this huge secret from Zander. It just doesn't feel right.
You can't tell Zander I have breast cancer.
No, I won't. I promise. Because I'd lose him.
Maybe not.
Emily, he's still in love with you. I have no illusions about that.
He's starting to let go.
It's breaking your heart.
It's still what I want.
Be sure. Because I'm really starting to care for Zander, and I don't want to be selfish, but I'm not sure I'd be willing to let go of him if you change your mind in a few months.
Yeah, I understand.
Are you sure?
God, I'm so bad at this. Maybe I should just tell him.
Here's your chance.
Hey. What's going on?
Go ahead. Tell him.